I remember when I was a young child being read to by my parents and being engaged in the library in the elementary school.
George was ready to help.
This is the Next Door Foundation. We provide early childhood education programs. The Read With Me program is when volunteers come and read with children.
Big green alligator. The earlier you read to children, the more likely they are to enjoy books and develop their own literacy.
We have lots of reader friends here today.
We sing the Read With Me song first, and then they are assigned to each of the volunteers that comes into the library.
Oral reading is vitally important for a child. Many of our children that we serve are not read to on a regular basis in the home.
The reason I volunteer is I really can see in the children that they enjoy it. They're trying to put themselves in the story, almost like their imagination is starting to churn.
She gonna fall.
That's a really neat thing to see in their eyes. And then from her eyes,
At the end of the time, children get to go home with a book.
you get to get a book today.
They did an awesome job reading and learning with Kyle.
Going out with one book for them to keep and to love can change the life of the child. United Way is an awesome partner. They have provided us with financial support, volunteer support in order for us to provide excellent early childhood education to children in the city.
I often have what I call repeat customers that ask for me to read to them on a weekly basis, and that feels good. It makes me feel as though we're connecting and that the benefits of the program are really working for them.
A half-hour reading with a child can mean so much to the life of that child. We couldn't do it without United Way.
Live united.
There's no shame in being homeless because most people are that way through no fault of their own.
In Milwaukee, on any given night, there are about 2,000 people who do not have a place to call home.
I liked my life in Wisconsin. I had a job almost 15 years.
Linda is just like any other woman. Even though she has a degree in accounting, even though she had an employment history, this situation just came up and she found herself without a home.
In 2003, we were downsized in our department.
The Cathedral Center's mission is to provide a safe place for women and families while working to end homelessness one life at a time.
I had 2 houses, one my mother lived in and then my own home. I lost that house also. I had to go from house to house. I started at my mother's new apartment, but I couldn't stay there long, so I went south to my father's house.
A lot of our clients have family that are in low-income housing, and they're not allowed to have other people living with them.
Even though logically you can still be a useful person in society, it makes you feel like you are not.
Danny connected her to Interfaith, which in turn actually hired her into a permanent position. And because she had a job, then she was eligible for some housing.
And I make it here at 10 after.
If you understand that through no fault of her own, something happened, I think that helps put in perspective what most of the people here are going through.
One of the major things United Way funds is me. They fund case management, and that's really important because the shelter is providing them a safe place for the night, but case management is trying to prevent ever being homeless again.
I would never have thought a homeless shelter would be my springboard to happiness.
We are here at the Albert and Ann Desher JCC Rainbow Day Camp.
We're a really unique camp where kids without special needs, and then we have a program within the camp where the kids have special needs.
Jack has Down syndrome, but he came with an extra little bag of tricks. He's had 13 surgeries. His first 2 months was in the hospital. He's had lots of stuff going on.
We've felt it's important for him and for the other kids to be fully included. When he's older, there isn't going to be a separate place for him to go.
You might have 10 kids, and maybe there might be one child with special needs, and that child will have their own shadow counselor.
It is a tailor-made program for each child who's here, but with the focus and the goal is to stay with the group as much as possible.
I'm Jack's buddy. I work with the special needs kids, and we try and integrate them with their age group. So I have to kind of motivate him to go to the activities we're supposed to go to, and if he needs something, he'll tell me. One of his favorite activities is swimming. We're in the pool a lot. He also likes dancing. The dance class with Steph.
The scariest part for us was having him do his first overnight camp experience. And it was his first overnight not in a hospital.
So we went over with Jack if he wants to call Mom at night to tell her that it's okay, that he did all right. When I came to work at 8:30, I said, did it go okay? Did you call Mom? And he goes, I'm fine, Brooke. I didn't need to call my mom at all.
Marshmallow stick.
They gave us this gift of being able to see that Jack's gonna have a really rich, long life, and he's gonna be able to do some of this stuff himself. We just never imagined it before.
Without the United Way's funding, we would not be able to serve as many children as we do. United Way is a very, very important part of our program, helping us pay for that extra counselor.
We try to put back in his world all the things that he missed. This place just gives him something that we can't.